Hello, my name is Andy Tweed and this is my Yamaha Artist Insight. I'm a saxophone player and educator, and I've been teaching for many years and had students come to me with all sorts of issues. Some of the most common problems are to do with sound. Maybe their tone is not what they want, or their dynamic range is limited. And if you're watching this, maybe you feel your sound could be better. The issue more often than not is breath control. Now I have all sorts of exercises I work through with my students to help them develop a great sound, an expert sound control, and I'm going to share with you one of the simplest. It will help you develop the idea of using fast air, and in turn allow you to let go of your breathing and so reduce tension and tightness. Tension, especially in the throat where it tends to lurk, is a sound killer. All it needs is a piece of paper and a wall. Hold the paper and the wall, then blow on it and take your fingers away, holding the paper on the wall with just your breath. Let me show you. Try it yourself. If you smash it straight away, then that's great, but keep going. Trust me, the exercise is doing you good. And if you're finding it tricky, well, keep going too. You'll gradually figure out the coordination, and even a little improvement will bring great benefits. See if you can hold the piece of paper on the wall for the whole breath, not just the start. Don't think about technique. Just think about the paper. And here's some other tips that might help. Don't stand too far away. Get your toes touching the wall. That keeps your face right up against the paper. Try starting with a smaller piece of paper, maybe A5. And also think about the type of wall you're using. Actually, if the wall is too smooth, like a mirror or a whiteboard, you're going to find it almost impossible. Okay, so next take the saxophone mouthpiece. This one's for my alto. Look down between the reed and the mouthpiece and look at the space behind the reed. Now think of this, you're going to blow the air from your lungs down behind the reed into that space at the same speed you blew the paper on the wall. I'll say it again, don't think about technique, just do it and see what happens. You're going to blow the air from your lungs down behind the reed into that space at the same speed you blew the paper onto the wall. Don't think about any technique, just do it and see what happens. You should be making a really loud buzz on the mouthpiece, which is great. Do it a few times, going backwards and forwards between the paper and the mouthpiece. Notice the pitch. Hopefully it should be pretty close to a concert A for the alto, G for the tenor. It is pretty noisy, so you may need to pick your time to try this out. Then put the mouthpiece back on the saxophone. I'm going to play a long tone, maybe one in the low register. I'll choose a G. Try to forget there's a saxophone beyond the mouthpiece. Just play the mouthpiece with fast air and notice what happens. Hopefully it will sound fuller and have great projection. That is how it should feel to play all the time. Finally, try a scale of G major. Again, in your mind, just imagine you are playing A on the mouthpiece with fast air and notice the sound as you play up and down, but don't change your embouchure. Just blow and listen. Start practicing this regularly at the start of your sessions and also halfway through. In time, you should start to notice a fuller sound. Well, I hope you find this useful. Thanks and goodbye.